Hello everyone, you are welcome to the music theory class. My name is Igoku Elisha and I'm very glad to have you. Now today we are going to be talking and discussing on the concept called notes on staffs. In this class I'm going to be telling you how to represent notes on a staff, how to put stems on your notes, and a concept called the third line rule, so that as many of us that want to take exams and maybe ABRSM, Muzon exam or Trinity, there are some of these things in theory that get our mark, lowered, or we get marked down because of the way we draw some of these notes on the staff. So I'm going to show you the correct way to do that right now. So yeah, let me first of all draw a staff. Yeah, 5 lines, 4 spaces. Okay, so with this, let's say we want to put a semi-brief on this line. When you are drawing a semi-brief, for example, you have to make sure that first it is oval, and second, if it is a space note, it must be within the space. Now, if it is a line note, it must pierce through the line. Okay, so you see that this line pierces through this note. Okay, if it is a another space note, no matter how tiny, make sure it is within the confine of the space. A lot of people make a mistake of drawing a space note like this, so we don't know whether it comes on the line or it is outside the line. Some people draw their line note like this also. It has to pierce through the middle of the note head, like we have discussed in the note anatomy. Okay, so this has to pierce through so this is wrong, this is right, this is right, this is right, this is wrong. All right, so how to put a note on staff is very important. And also let me quickly draw another staff so that I won't have to do that again. Okay, so continuing from this, what if we want to draw a meaning? Okay, most people make a mistake of now this is how a meaning should look. So let's assume I draw a meaning, and then the mistake that some people make is that is either the stem is too long, so some draw their own this way, and then the stem is too long and shoots really high, or some make a mistake of doing this. This is a B, and then in music we see that it is either a D or a P shape that we draw. So when you are having a B or a Q, it is a problem. So you can't afford to have this, for example. Some people draw their own like this, and okay, this is correct anyway. So some draw theirs like this. So this is wrong. This is wrong. So that is not a good way to represent a note on staff. This is wrong. This is good. This is good. So there should be a specific length of the stem, and there should be a specific direction which the note faces, especially when it has a stem. And those are the common mistakes that some people make, and they say, I wrote the exam well, but they failed. All right, so for a note that has a tail, for example, and it is a line note, you can just represent the tail is always to your right. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you draw it this way or this way, the tail always go to the right. So you have to note this. Another concept I want to talk about is the third line rule. And the third line rule just states that when a note is above the third line, whether it is here or here or here, it doesn't matter as long as it is above the third line. All right, so when you have notes like this, the stem goes down by the left. So from the note head, the stem goes down by the left. And that is the general rule. As long as a note is above this third line, the stem should go down from the note head by the head. Okay, the stem goes down from the noted, and you will see that this particular note, you see the length of the stem. Some people make a mistake, like I showed you here. They take it way up, or they take it too down. It will be marked wrong. Okay, so it is important that we note this. So the net, it goes down by this. Okay, this is still a fine length of the note. Now, if the note is below the third line, all right, so the stem goes up by the right. All right, stem goes up by the right. Okay, stem goes up by the right. It is important to note this third line rule. So what if the note falls on the third line itself? So here the stem can either go up or down. It doesn't matter, as long as it's on the right, the third line can either go up or down. All right, so it is important also to note that when you are writing or drawing the stem, for example, now this may be marked wrong by some examiners. Why? Because it is slant. So it is important that you draw your stem, that it goes straight up. Okay, maybe it's because of the position or the way I'm standing, but this should go straight up, straight up, straight up. So whenever you draw something and you are drawing a stem, let's assume you are drawing a stem and it's drawing like this, or you draw a stem and it's drawing like this, it's wrong. All right, so it is important that we note that it goes straight up or straight down. Okay, so that's the third line rule. So the things we have been able to discuss in this class is that we put the note head where it ought to be, whether on the line or on the space. This is a wrong one. This is a wrong one. This is within the space. This is within the line. So that is a line note. That's a space note. Also, the stem must not be too long. That is another thing we discussed. The stem must just be a considerable length. Okay, and then we should know the direction in which the stem goes. Okay, so when it is, I told us the third line rule also, such that when a note is written, whether on the line or on the space, above the third line, the stem goes down by the left. Okay, all right. So we also discussed the issue of the third line rule. So when you have your note head, the stem comes down by the left. But when you have, that is when you have your note above the third line, the stem goes down from the left of the note head. Okay, but when you have your note below the third line, the stem goes up by the right hand side of the note head. So this is very important for us to understand. Please study this. Study this. Okay, I await your comment in the comment section. Okay, yeah, the third line. If a note falls on the third line, it can either go up or down. It's a conformist. Okay, yeah, I think that is all we are going to be able to take today on this music class. Let me know what you think concerning the notes and their placement on the staff, and the third line rule also, if you have any question. Thank you so much. See you in the next class.